or look at the alternative sources. Okay. So, and second thing is the fourth one is the availability of the food for the common man. Okay, means economy of the food, and the food is healthy or not. That is also important point. And what is the future plan for the increase the food production? Okay, so these are the objectives. Okay, first one is factor responsible for the food production. Next, trends and problems in the food production. Third one is we need to see the alternative food resources and discuss about economy and healthy diet, and next future plans. So these are the objectives. Next, introduction. The agriculture is a main place. The agriculture plays main role in the India. Okay, you know that. Okay, so the agriculture contribute the 36.86% of the national income. Okay, and agriculture provides the 70% of employment. Okay, so these are the two important things. Okay, so our India is agriculture based country, and our economy is depend on the agriculture, and agriculture is providing the employment. Okay, and the population. Okay, population is increasing in India. Okay, everywhere in the world, population day by day population is increasing. So these population, when the population increases, we need to provide the food for the growing population. Okay, so that is also very important thing. Okay, so factor affecting food production. Okay, what are the factors affecting on the food production? Okay, so here everyone know that the monsoon weather conditions are the very much important for the agriculture. Okay, so monsoons are very much important, and these are affecting the food production. Okay, so if the weather is not proper rainfall or temperature and proper seasons are not there, okay, or imbalanced, or in case of drought, so less rainfall. Okay, in case of drought, okay, so agriculture is not possible. Okay, so the weather is plays the important role in the food production. Okay, next, if weather is okay, then we need to apply the fertilizers. Okay, and fertilizers are increases the food production. You know that chemical fertilizers. If you use chemical fertilizers, then we can increase the food production. So if nowadays, you know that every farmer in India using lot of fertilizers to increase the production. Okay, but I will discuss later what is the problems in the chemical fertilizers and so. Okay, but now fertilizers are important for the increasing the food production. Okay, so next is the food problems of the developing countries. So some countries are there, developing countries are there. Okay, so these are having the problems for the food. Okay, so they are the population explosion. Population explosion means suddenly population is increased. Okay, suddenly means in the short period the number of people are increased. That is called the population explosion. So land is there. Okay, land is not increasing, agricultural land is not increasing, but population is suddenly increasing. So then it is difficulty to provide the food for the increasing population. Okay, so first one is population explosion. The second one is decline in the death rate. Okay, when the death rate is decreases, population also increases. When the population is increased, then same problem. We cannot provide the food for the increased population. Next, available geographical area. Okay, so we should have some area for the agriculture and living, so and so. If we don't have agricultural land, then it is difficult to produce the food production. If you don't have area for the place for the house construction, then the people is constructing the house in the agricultural land. Okay, that is why the geographical area is also one of the important for the food production. And population and food supply. Okay, so when population is increased, we should provide the proper amount of the food for the population. That is also one important thing. And food production, demand versus supply. Okay, when the population increases, demand for the food is also increases, then the production is decreased. Okay, then the price will be increased. Okay, common man or lower income group cannot buy the food products. That is the problem. That is why the demand and supply should be balanced. Okay, first one is in this I will explain about population explosion. Okay, so worldwide population is increasing. Okay, so when the population increase, they need everything. Okay, water, food, and living space. Everything is required. Okay, total world can carry the 5,600 million people. Okay, if people more than 5,600 million people, the earth will not carry. It cannot tolerate. Means we cannot live more than 5,600 million people. Okay, so we are almost 5,400. Almost it is around the carrying capacity. Carrying capacity means, so one house is there. In one house, how many people can live? Suppose 10 people can live in one house. That is the carrying capacity of the house. So like that, so throughout the world, some 5,600 million people can live. If more than that, we cannot live. Okay, we are almost 5,400 million people. Okay, so the population in the textbook they given population of India and rate of growth from the 1901 to 1971. Okay, so growth rate is in the 1901, the growth rate is 5.75. In the 1951, the growth rate is 21.51%. Okay, and in the 1971, growth rate is 24.64. Means you know that since 1901, there is a 5%, almost around 5%. In the 1971, growth rate is 24. Okay, almost 5 times increased. The population growth is 5 times increased. Okay, this is the scenario of the population in India. Okay, so in India, population growth rate is increasing. Okay, every year increasing. Okay, next, decline in the death rate means the medical development, medical field. When the medical field is developed, the death rate also decreases. Okay, so the given chart in the textbook. So 1901 to 1911. Okay, between 1901 to 1911. Okay, in this decade, the death rate is 42%. Okay, 42.6. Okay, in the 1901 to 1911, the death rate is 42.6. Whereas in the 1971 to 81, the death rate is 14.8. Okay, so death rate is decreasing. Population is increasing, death rate is decreasing. Okay, so next 42% of the area is under cultivation. There are agricultural activities going on in the 140 million hectares. Okay, so 1 hectare supports or provide the food for the 4.6%. We have 140 million hectares. Okay, you can guess these many people we can provide the food. Okay, so here yeah. So there is a high pressure of grain crops is interrupted due to the food habits of the India. Okay, you know that. So nowadays, the people are preferring rice and wheat. Then we need to increase the rice and wheat production. Then all people are eating only rice and wheat. Then demand is increased for the rice and wheat. Okay, so we need to grow apart from the rice and wheat, all variety of food grains, cereals have to grow. Okay, so if the population increases, then we need to increase the geographical area also. Okay, and second thing is population and food supply. Okay, so that the almost half of the population are largely non-productive. Okay, non-productive means that the 1/3 population is working in the field of agriculture, and 2/3 people are dependent on the food. Okay, that you understood. So approximately 33% are working for the food production, and 66% are depend on the 33% of the people, means agriculture. 66% are depend on agriculture, means then they are not producing food, but they need food. Okay, that is the problem here. Okay, so many people are depend on the agriculture. So that every professional have to eat the food coming from the agriculture. Okay, so agriculturist farmers are producing the food. They are less number and eating people are more number. Okay, this is the one point. And the second, next is the food production and demand versus supply. Okay, that. So only these few cereals only having the high demand, and other food crops are not having any demand. sometimes you know that the commercial crops are having means they are preferring the commercial crops, then the food production is decreased. Okay, sometimes the increases the price of the pulses, so and so, like that. Okay, so if the price increases, the poor people is cannot buy the nutritious food. Okay, so then if they not able to buy nutritious food, they are suffer from the uh, ill health. Okay, if they are not eating properly, their immune system is not working, they are suffering from disease and some other health problems. Okay, so they cannot live healthy life. Okay, so here you know that 1965-1966, during the years of 1965 and 66, national food production declined by 16.7% due to the severe drought. Okay, so in the 60s, we have drought, means no rainfall. Due to no rainfall, food production is decreased. People don't have food for the normal life. Okay, so that is called the food crisis. Okay, in India. Okay, so almost everywhere in the world also they have food crisis in the 60s, and India also faced the food crisis in the 60s. Then, according to Swaminathan, in India, capable of producing 1.5 to 1.6 million tons of food grains during the okay. So this India can produce more food than other country. So we need to use the fertilizers. Okay. So then only the food production is increases. Okay. And the diet also should be proper. People are changing the diet, then it will be the problem for the food production. Okay, so if you know that if some grains are there, okay, millets are there, they are not eating, so many millets are going to extinction because of they are not growing in the crop, growing in the farms. Okay, so that is why it is having the danger to decline the some millets. Okay, so that is why millets having the protein, vitamins, all minerals, they having the all nutrients, but they are not tasty, or it is not it is difficult to cook food. That is why they are not preferring the millets. They are eating only certain kind of food items. That is why food production cannot be increased. Okay, it is a problem for the food production. Okay, so here they given a food grain production and population. Okay, so here 1937 to 46, the population in millions, the 310.2 millions. Okay, food grain production is 6.4. Okay, per capita food grain production is 196. This is the this is in the 1937. Okay, so in the year 1937 to 1946, the population in millions are 310, and food grain production is 61, and per capita food grain production is 198. Okay, so it is decreasing in the coming decades. Okay, decreasing. So in the 65-67, in the year 1965, 66. Okay, that is population is 493 millions. Food grain production is 72, and per capita food grain is 147. It is decreased in the 1965 to 1966. Okay. So per capita food grain production is decreased. Understood? Okay. So population increase, food production is increased, but per capita food production is decreased. Okay. So the population, how much population is growing, food also growing in the same ratio. Okay. If food production is not increasing by population, then per capita food grain production is decreased. Means everyone will not get the proper food. Okay. Next, in the 1992 and 93, the population is 840 millions, and food grain production is 176, and the per capita food production is 193. Okay. In the 92, 93, in the 1992-93, the per capita food is increased. Okay. So this is the given in the table. And next is the trends and problems in the agriculture food production. Okay. So trends means, so how they are growing the crops, what methods they are following for the growing the crops. Okay. And what kind of crops they are growing. Okay. So you know that some trend means now only wheat or rice is having demand. That is why everyone is growing wheat and rice. This is the one trend like that. Okay. So previously they used to use the groundnut oil, but now they are using the sunflower oil, rice bran oil. Okay. The new variety of oils also they are using. So these are the different trends. Means people are eating some kind of food. Depend on that, the farmers are producing the so and so food. Okay. So here due to green revolution increase the production of the food grains. Okay. So green revolution means the scientist in the Germany, the name is Borlaug, and he introduced the green revolution. So if we use the chemical fertilizers, we can increase the food production. Okay. In India, Swaminathan encouraged the green revolution. Okay. Because of green revolution, we have increased the food production. This is also trend. So green revolution is the program launched in the 1960s and 70s. Okay. Green revolution launched in India in the year 1960 and 70. Okay. So this is the one trend. Okay. Trend means they are introduced the chemical fertilizers. Then by using chemical fertilizers, we can increase the food production. Okay. So here, so because of drought, we have some problems in the 1965, 66, and after that, it is increases, and we followed the green revolution. Means by using the chemical fertilizers, crop production is increasing. Okay. So you know that the agriculture in India, okay, not same. It is not been smooth. Okay. It is fluctuating. Sometimes agriculture is facing some problems, and sometimes is growing well, and sometimes the rainfall is not there. Sometimes excess rainfall is there. Okay. So agriculture is having the fluctuations. Okay. So it is not going on smoothly. Okay. In India, it is not going on smoothly. So the in the 5 years plan, okay, first plan, second, third plan, and fourth, fifth, 5 years plan, sixth and seventh, eighth, they are provided some funds for the increase the food production. Next, all these are the problems. Then what kind of programs and actions of government to improve the food production? Okay, so government has to take some measures to increase the food production. Okay, so these are the they given the example of Israel. Okay, in the Israel, the desert, that is a desert in the Israel, they are growing the crops in the desert. Okay, they developed the technology and growing the crops in the desert. Okay, we have some land. Okay, apart from that land, we have to increase the food production, so that we need to desert, semi-desert, and tropical jungles are can be used for the agriculture. Okay, so we need some technology and some kind of knowledge about conversion of the desert into fields. Okay, agricultural land. Conversion of the desert into agricultural land needs some technological inputs. Okay, and secondly is some dams. Government has to construct the check dams and other dams. So irrigation technique like a drip irrigation, you know that the if you use the water directly through the channels, much water will be lost. Okay, the water is evaporating, and the wastage of water is there. Okay, that is why we need to use the drip irrigation system. So drip irrigation system means in the drip irrigation, they are using the plastic pipes, and wherever the plants are there, there only the little water is providing for the plants. Okay, so in this drip irrigation, there is no wastage of the water. Okay, we can grow the crops in the arid and semi-arid and desert lands also. Okay, and the second one is watershed management. And watershed management means, you know that the one lake is there. Okay, so lake having the water source. Okay, rainfall is occur in certain regions. That rainfall is flow into the lake. Okay, so that area is called watershed. Okay, so the source of the water water in the lake is watershed. Okay, so if we construct the houses in the watershed area, then lake doesn't have water, because watershed is completely occupied by the houses. Then rainfall will not flow into lakes. Okay, then lake will dry up, and lake also encouraged by the people. That is going on today. But government has to manage the watershed and irrigation techniques and construct the dams. This is the second thing. And third is farming techniques. Okay, rotation, crop rotation system. Crop rotation means all the year they are growing same type of crop. crops. Okay, it is not productive. Okay, so if you change the crops, okay, change the crops. In one season one crop, in another season another crop. We have to change the crops throughout the year. Okay, according to agricultural scientist advice, if we crop rotation is applied, then if you follow the crop rotation pattern, then we can increase the food production. Okay, and fertilizers also can be used time to time. Okay, and the soil condition also maintained. Okay, all these are the important for the food production. And fourth thing is, okay, after and before food production means harvesting. Before harvesting, you know that in the crop before harvesting, recently in the summer season, the rainfall is occur. Okay, so that is damage the crop of the paddy. Okay, paddy crop damaged by the rainfall, unusual rainfall. Okay, so just going to harvest the crop, then floods are occur or rainfall is there, then whole crop is destroyed. Sometimes we harvest, but after harvesting, we are after harvesting, sometimes rainfall or some other factors are damage the crop. Okay, so you know that recently in the summer season, the rice is transported to the market. In the market yard, the rice will destroyed by the rainfall. Okay, so farmers are facing many problems. Okay, before sell their crop, it is destroyed. Okay, so that is also one of the important thing. So we need to provide the facilities for the storage. Okay, so after harvesting the crop, we need storage facilities. Unless it is damaged, the crop will be damaged. Okay, so handling the food grain also one of the important. Okay, so this is the thing. And apart from these, some rodents means some rats are there, some insects are there, and weather conditions are there. All these also damaging the crop. Okay, so we need to protect from the some adverse effects like rainfall and rats, insects, some weather conditions. Okay, so all these are destroying the food grains. We need to protect the food grains from all these factors. Okay, so government should provide the storage facilities and other kind of facilities to protect their grains or crops. Okay, these are the 4 programs or measures have to take the government. Okay, first one is technology. Second one is irrigation technology. Okay, third one is crop rotation and fertilizers. Fourth one is protection of the food grains. Okay, so provide the facilities for the storage units. Okay, so all these are measures have to take by the government. Okay, next, so the fumigation is there. Fumigation means, you know that fumigation is a process which is fumigate the gardens to protect the food grains. Okay, so that is some pesticides or toxic materials are there. That is fumigating in the gardens to protect the crop from the insect and some other bugs or anything. Okay, so this is also one method of the protection of the food grains. Okay, and we have also been developed for the better preservation of fruit, vegetables, milk, eggs, etc. Okay, government also develop the methods for the preserving fruits, vegetables, milks, and eggs. Okay, and the next fifth one is the education and training program for the farmers. Okay, they are providing training programs. Okay, for the farmers, that is called Kisan Forum. Kisan Forum is there, that is providing the education to the farmers. Okay, so the new skills, we need to teach the new skills to the farmers. Okay, encourage the farmers, giving the incentives, gift, and to the we have to provide the gift to the farmers who produce more food. So that is one kind of encouragement. Okay, so the farmer who is produced more food crop, so they encouraged by we should encourage that farmer by the incentives or gift anything. Okay, so that is also one kind of improvement of the food crop. Okay, so these are the programs for the government. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Fifth one is education and training program for the farmers and encouragement for the farmers. Okay, these are the government has to take. Next is the alternative food sources. Okay, alternative food source means apart from these traditional food, we have to search for the other kind of food. Okay, so example is chlorella. That is a one algae that can be used for the food, used as a food. Okay, chlorella is a one algae plant. Okay, that can be used as a food. Okay, next, the new source of food, that is planktons. Planktons means the small organisms are there in the lakes and water bodies that are called planktons that can be used as a food. Okay, usually the fishes are eating the planktons, but maybe we can also use the planktons as a food. Next, chlorella. Chlorella I already explained. These chlorella is having the green. Chlorella is a green algae. These are having the high nutrition values. That is why we can use chlorella as a food. Okay. Next, green leaves. Green leaves can be used as a food. Okay. So these kind of foods are called as a alternative food sources. Okay, one is planktons, second one is chlorella, third one is green leafy vegetables. And in the France, French scientist is saying that we can produce the protein from the petroleum. Okay, we need to work on it. Okay, so they are saying that the French scientists are saying that protein can be produced by the petroleum. Okay, and everyone know that mushrooms are there. Mushrooms are also one kind of food. Okay, many people are eating mushrooms. these are also having good nutritive values, and these are having proteins. Okay, so many type of mushrooms are there. Okay, so the most common cultivated mushroom are Agaricus bisporus. Okay, button mushrooms are there. Okay, these are called button mushrooms. Okay, and oyster mushrooms are there, and paddy straw mushrooms are there. These are edible mushrooms. Okay, you know, some mushrooms are poisonous, but some mushrooms can be eaten. It is not poisonable or poisonous. Okay, so that are the button mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, and paddy straw mushrooms can be eaten, and it is safe, and these are having the high proteins. Okay, next, synthesis of nutrients by using microbes. Okay, vitamins and proteins can be produced by using the microorganisms. Okay, this also under research. We have to do some research work on it. Can we synthesize the nutrients in the lab or not? Okay, if it is easily synthesized, then we can produce the food in the laboratory. So some progress is also there. You know that without cutting the birds, we can have a chicken. Okay, some kind of work is going on in this way. Okay, so the alternative food sources are the planktons, chlorella, green leaves, and protein from the petroleum, mushrooms, and synthesis of nutrients by using microorganisms. These are the alternative source of the food. Next, public distribution system in India. Okay, you know that ration shops are there in India. They are providing the food in the reasonable rates because of the poor section people also will get nutritious or proper food for the health. Okay, so the aim of the government is everyone will get the nutritious food in India. Okay, so this is called public distribution system, is called PDS. Okay, PDS. Okay, so the main aims are ensure the supply of essential commodities to the weaker section. Okay, ensure the supply of essential commodities to the poor section. Okay, and bring stability in the availability of the food grains. Okay, bring the stability of availability of the food grains. Next, to curb the tendencies of the certain unscrupulous section to the indulge in the so and so. Okay, so the main aim is the ensure the quality and reasonable price throughout the country. Okay, so price should be same throughout the country. Okay, so that is important because every person will get the proper food for their health. Okay, next is policy for the development of agriculture production. Okay, so policies. Okay, agriculture policy, you know that. In the January 1946, government issued a statement of agriculture and food policy in India. Okay, in the 1946, government issued a statement on agriculture and food policy. Okay, so the main goal of this was we need to increase the food production and develop the country. Okay, everyone will get the proper nutritious food. Okay, so next, these policies, agriculture policies, are integrated into the 5 years plan. In India, you know that 5 years plan is there. Okay, these agriculture policies are integrated in the 5 years plan. Okay, so then I already said that measures have to take dam, construction of dam, all these are come under the agriculture policies. Okay, so the National Extension Service Program was started into which agricultural improvement and social development of village life were made the major objectives. Okay, so village development and agriculture improvement is the main aim of the agriculture policy. Okay, so some strategies are there. Okay, similar strategies are there for the increase the food production, that are livestock. Okay, goats, sheep, some other animals are there, are called livestock. Okay, so animal husbandry, we need to develop the animal husbandry. It also provide the food. Okay, you know that the cows gives us the milk. Milk production will increase. Milk is having the proteins, calcium, and some good for the health. Okay, so that livestock is also important, and this also increase the development of the village. Okay, so apart from this, poultry farm, you know that poultry farm is also beneficial. Egg is having vitamins, minerals. It is very good for the health, and it also provide the meat. Okay, so poultry is one of the important for the food production. Sheep, pigs, and some other kind of animals also can be increase the or can be provide the nutritious food for the people. Okay, so here the infrastructure has to develop. Okay, and some the here are some objectives of the agriculture policy. Okay, agricultural policy. So here the